So let's begin. We really need you to help us in the collection of vital information in order for the Philippines to create a more sustainable solution to our plastic problem. Now, we're all familiar with this. The COVID-19 pandemic has impacted all of our lifestyles all over the world, no? And basically, the danger of exposure has caused us to stay indoors, and it has posed significant restrictions to our travel. Now, with most people isolating at home or doing self-quarantine, whether intentionally or imposed by the government, our consumption patterns, the things that we buy, have changed, but not necessarily for the better. And a lot of that has something to do with plastics. Through this plastic waste assessment module, you will be participating in a citizen science venture to get an approximation of how much plastic waste is generated by your household from online shopping and food deliveries during the month of December. So the module that we're discussing today, it's a modified form of WACS. WACS as in Waste Analysis and Characterization Study. Okay, so this is the process of gathering information on the quantity and composition of solid wastes that we generate. What you're seeing on the screen is us in Lasal with our BS Biology students doing a WACS study. Now, waste characterization information is designed for solid waste planning, but anyone who's interested in the characteristics of the solid waste that they generate may actually find it useful. For example, local government planners, haulers, recyclers, researchers can use the information from WACS to estimate the amount of certain materials in their waste stream. Businesses are also interested in this because they can understand what's in their waste stream. So doing WACS is actually an essential first step in devising ways to reduce waste and cut disposal costs. Basically, at the heart of yung circular economy, solid waste is a key procedure for this. So ano nga ba yung circular economy? So a circular economy is an alternative to the traditional linear economy. Ang traditional linear economy is basically making, using, and then disposing. In circular economy, we keep resources in use for as long as possible. We extract the maximum value from them while they're in use, and then recover and regenerate these products and materials at the end of each service line. But for this particular study, we are focusing on plastics. So as mentioned earlier, due to limited mobility brought about by COVID-19, nagkaroon talaga tayo ng sobrang daming increase sa online shopping at food takeout orders. And dahil dito, we have caused a surge in plastic waste. Gaano karaming plastic waste? We actually have 51.2 metric tons. Mas marami kesa last year. And that was recorded just halfway through 2020. So ibig sabihin at this point, mas marami pa tayong na-generate.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
And 40% of that plastic waste comes from packaging. Now, these packaging materials, they're single-use and therefore they cannot be recycled. So, dyan sila mapupunta sa mga dump sites. But the thing is, before we can make any solid plans, any solid recommendations, we need data. And that's where we'll need your help. For EcoSquad goals, our citizen science venture has 3 objectives. The first is, kailangan nating alamin how much plastic waste is generated by a Filipino household in 1 month, generated through online shopping and food deliveries. We also want to identify the types of plastic waste na ang isang Filipino household na nanggagaling through online shopping and food deliveries. And then finally, we want to provide a mechanism for you to reflect on your consumption habits, on your family's consumption habits, so that you can make your households more sustainable. Now, ano-ano ang mga kailangan yung gamit for this? You basically need a weighing scale. Apart from this, we need containers for the 7 types of plastic that we will study. And then lastly, You'll also need recording materials for your data. Paano gagawin ang ating citizen science venture? Ano ang procedures natin? For the next month, basically, we'll need you to segregate the plastic that comes with your online order. You first segregate them into these 7 categories. So the first type of plastic that we'll need you to classify would be outer wrapping. So this would be your soft, thin, flexible plastic that serves as outer wrappings of packages. The second one would be bubble wrap. Next type of plastic, styrofoam. Next type would be food plastics. So this would be the plastics that we use to eat or drink our food. Then you also have your hard plastics, and then we have your microwavable plastics. And then our last category would be the miscellaneous. Ito yung mga plastics na hindi nagpo-fall dun sa first 6 categories. We need you to record 2 types of information. The first is the number of individual items per category per week. The second information that we need is the weight of all items per category. So yun po, dito po namin kailangan ng inyong tulong at kaya po tayo spinonsoran ng UNESCO is because we need this information.
Thank you!